Welcome back to By Way of Africa. I'm Mary Omatiga, and today I'm catching up with African football legend Emmanuel Adebayor. Can you describe what your childhood was like growing up in Togo? Can you talk about some of the struggles that you faced?
Oh, some of the struggle. There's a lot of struggle. I can talk about that the whole day. Actually, but for my parents to pay my school fees was a challenge, was hard. That's why I dropped from school very early, and I was living in a house without a roof. What I mean by that is we had the roof, but there's a hole everywhere. So when it's raining, it's the same as living in a house without a roof. So you know those kind of houses in Africa where we have the roofing but when it's raining, you have to find a bucket or whatever to take the water out. And I was living also in a house without we don't have a toilet. So that's few of the thing I can mention. I have to walk, let's say between 5 to 7 kilometers to go to school. So it's if I have to put everything together, oh, it's a long story.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. When did you first have the dream of becoming a professional footballer, and when did you realize that that could be your ticket out of those struggles?
To be honest with you, up to today, I have never decided to be a professional footballer. I love the game so much. I was passionate about the game. Obviously, I think you from Nigeria, you will know that. That's all what we do day long. Day. Especially a kid that's not going to school anymore. All what I have to do is play football. So even when I moved to France, my big brother came to met me in France, and he's like, "Are you going to make it?" I was like, I don't know. Let me just play and we see." So for me, I have never put in my head I have to be this or this. I was just enjoying life, and most of the things that we do in life, when you enjoy it and you put happiness into it, the outcome is always beautiful, and that was my outcome.
I love that. Football in Africa is such a passion, like you mentioned. Who were some of the African players that you loved watching growing up?
Oh, but when I was growing up, I grew up as a baby Kanu, and Nwanko Kanu from Nigeria was my idol, and up to today, he's my idol. He's the only one that can tell me to go to sleep at night, and I will be in my room at night. Apart from him, no one's, because the love I got for Kanu Nwanko is big, and he inspired me to be footballer. He gave me envy to be footballer. I remember like it happened yesterday. I must be 12 or 13 when they played in that Atlanta Olympics when he scored 2 goals against Brazil. I was in Togo. People carry. He was playing in I don't know. I think it was in America. People carry me, calling me Baby Kanu. So it was such a beautiful time for me. And since that day, I took him as an idol because we look alike. We walk. We have the same kind of body. We walk the same way. And he's my idol. Yes, I love him to death.
I love that. Well, you eventually made it to the top of playing professional football. So I want to play a little game with you and go down memory lane. So I'm going to name a team, and I want you to give me one word to describe your experience playing for that team and why. Starting with Arsenal.
Beautiful.
Why?
Beautiful in a way where when I came to the club, everything that I was expecting was at the club. The infrastructure was great. The restaurant was great. The gym was beautiful. And everything around the team was in our favor to progress.
How about Manchester City?
I would say nice.
Why is that?
Nice, why? Because when I went to Man City, it was not it's not the Manchester City of today. Remember, I went to Manchester in 2009, and in between then to now, I think they have a new training ground. The stadium has changed a little bit. They have made a lot of progress by big players. They have a different project, and so that's why for me it was nice. I can't say beautiful. I can't say magical, because when I was there, they were trying to build. They have the vision to be where they are today, which I'm very happy of because we started that project.
Tottenham.
Crazy.
Why is that?
Why it's crazy? Because when I went to Tottenham, obviously Tottenham is considered as one of the biggest club in London. But when I moved to the training ground, I'm like, oh God, where am I? Just like the beginning. My gym that I have in my own house is bigger than the gym that they have at the club. That's the old training facility, and everything was. everything was the smell was bad, the training ground was bad, but now they have one of the best facility in the world. So obviously, but then it was proper crazy. In the gym, there is no machine, there is nothing. When you come, you want to do a pull up or whatever, they say someone to take the machine home. It then it was crazy club, but like I have a great 3.5 years with the club though.
Real Madrid.
Magical.
Why?
Magical in a way where when you get to Madrid, you know you are big, you are making a lot of money, and you have a huge image. You are a role model for a lot of people. But when you get to Madrid, is one of the fewest club in the world that will humble you. It puts you down like my friend. This is Madrid. And when they took me into the room where they have all those trophy, it's not about the trophy, but it is about the whole setup. The setup of the room is just incredible. You look at it, you're like, okay, I have to bow down for this place, and it's just incredible. The facility is great. Is the facility is amazing, and on top of everything, the best part of Madrid is they give you everything. The only thing you have to give them is to be able to perform on the pitch. Like even at 3 a.m., if you want food, you call somebody, they will bring you your food. If you want a babysitter at 2 a.m., you call them, you have a babysitter. If you want a paracetamol at 4 a.m., they will bring it to you. Like, and all those things happening in between 5 to 10 minutes. So for
Wow.
me, Madrid is different level. I have been to a big clubs, Man City, Monaco, Arsenal, but Madrid is top notch, ahead of everyone.
How about Crystal Palace?
In Europe, I would say I play for Crystal Palace, a beautiful club inside outside. But remember, Crystal Palace is one of the smallest club that I have a chance to play for in England. And if you ask me to describe, I would say natural. It's a normal club, beautiful club. It's like a family club. Everyone know everyone, and I would not say it's not beautiful, it's not magical, it's not perfect. It's that neutral. For me, it's just for me, but for some players, it's different. For me, it's just neutral.
During your time in the Premier League, you were often labeled as a controversial player. You've even said that you felt like you had a bad reputation in England. Do you feel like you were misunderstood? And if so, why?
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I'm a young man that keep enjoying life since I was born up to now. Even though when I was going through the struggle with no toilet in my house, with no roof on top of my head, with no electricity in my house, I was still being happy. So whatever people think about me while I was in the Premier League, a lot of the good thing about me is if you go to every single club that I played for, I will not say the players, even if we can include the players also. Every single member that worked for that club will tell you how amazing, how beautiful soul I am. But obviously, those who those who say he's a controversial guy and everything, those are the people that watch me on TV or watch my interview. So for me, those people don't matter. Those people that don't criticize me, for me to be pain or to be in pain, supposed to be those that knows me. I can guarantee you that every single person that I work with love me to death because of my personality.
You just touched on it a little bit, but why do you feel like you weren't respected?
Why didn't I work for? I don't know, because they think I was just here for the money, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, he doesn't care. He play football. He play one good game, and he have another bad game." But remember, we are not all the same. We are human beings. We are living things. So today can be good, tomorrow can be bad, and it's part of life. Even Ronaldo went through a difficult moment. Messi went through a difficult moment. When Rooney went through his difficult moment, Alan Shearer went through his difficult moment. But when they come to people like us, they're like, "Oh, he's not serious. He came only for the money." But at the end of the day, we are all being paid to play football. And me, I'm a flashy guy. If I buy a car, people complain. If I buy a chain, people complain. But I let them complain, and I still enjoy my life.
I'm sorry you experienced that. I know you've spoken a lot about this in the past, but I want to talk about that knee sliding celebration. I've heard you say that in the moment that you felt liberated, but can you talk about what exactly you felt liberated from?
Like in my head, I was kind of free because when I was going through not difficult moment, I was going through misunderstanding, as you mentioned it yourself, with Arsenal fans and Arsenal part of the board. So when I moved, they were singing, you know what? If abuse come towards me, it's okay. I can say, well, I'm a footballer. You are not a good footballer. You are not a you are not a good goal scorer. It's still fine. I can still take that. But when you go and attack my parents, Madam, I'm sorry, I will give you back. So that's what I have done. And for me, there is no regret. I am very happy to represent my continent, to represent my country. I am very happy today to be able to give those people calling me names, not even calling my parents names or insulting my parents. I was able to give them something back for them to think about, because whenever they see that goes, if you are involved in those people singing those songs, you will know you are also part of it. So for me, I feel free from that day. From that moment on, I was just telling myself, Emmanuel, keep enjoying yourself, play football. You have done well for yourself, and today you have made a name for yourself. Worldwide people knows you. So just I was just using that name to cover up my continent, and I was helping a lot of youth. And today, I have my foundation that's helping a lot of youth. My hope, my thing that make me being a footballer is to be able to help people, and that is what I'm doing today with my foundation. That's what I'm doing personally. So for me, is if God called me today, I'll be more than pleased. I'll be more than happy because I have done a lot already and I have touched a lot of life in my small time on earth.
You've always been a giver. Earlier on, you talked about how people perceived you as someone that just wanted money, right? But you had a lot of financial burdens and pressures. Can you talk about what some of those burdens were?
But that's the funny thing, because people call me as a guy that came here to make money. But whenever I make money, it's going to. I had a fight with Arsenal teammate come William Gallas because I took all the footballers' boot to take to Africa. Remember, I was sponsored by Adidas. I can get at the amount of shoe that I want from Adidas, and my contract was big then. But I still took bags of shoes to go and give to those who needed it in Africa. So my whole vision is to bring back to Africa. And today, I have my foundation. We are into entrepreneurial. We are into health. We are into education, and I'm into agriculture. So obviously, I'm forming people in Africa. The one thing that we have is land. So the land is there, plenty, as we said in Nigeria. So I have to find a way to force my brothers and sisters to go towards that. Everybody will not be a footballer. Everybody will not be a singer. Everybody will not be a basket, whatever. People have to people have to farm so we can eat food. So that's what I'm doing now. And I have partner with American Embassy, UNDP, a French embassy, Union Européen. I'm about to sign a big deal also with MasterCard. So, MasterCard Africa, obviously. So, yes, I'm giving back. I'm about to form in between 1 to 3,000 kids in Togo. We're trying to make it open for all African, because it's not only in Togo that people are suffering, it's around the continent. So, I'm looking into all those things, and today I'm doing a lot of stuff to help the youth and give them at least something to hang on into, which is good.
That is incredible. You are regarded as one of the greatest African footballers. You got to represent Togo at its first World Cup. You've won African Footballer of the Year. Can you talk about how much joy representing Togo has brought you?
But listen, Togo is a small country in West Africa. Me being able to play the first and at the moment the only World Cup with that country, and me being the main actor qualifying for the World Cup is just so beautiful. And today people still talk about it, and playing for club is beautiful, but playing for your country is different. It's a different hope. It's a different thing. You wake up in the morning, you lose weight, and you don't know what to do. You're panicking because your father is coming to the stadium, your brother is coming to the stadium. Your friends that you grow up with are coming to the stadium. Your childhood dream girl is coming to the stadium. So, all those things just give you extra motivation. At the same time, you're like, okay, what about if things go south? What are you going to do? So for me, representing country, I'm blessed. I'm happy. I think what I have done for that small country today is going to be written in the book. The first Ballon d'Or in Togo is me. The first BBC Player of the Year in Togo is me. The first to be named in the first 10 or 11th best player in the world is me. The first to play for Arsenal, to play in England Premier League is me. The list goes on. So I'm very proud being Togolese, but now I'm praying for my younger brother to take over so they can also have that passion. They can also enjoy it as much as I do.
What kind of future do you envision for African footballers, both in terms of opportunities and the overall growth of the sport?
No, what we can do is talk to them, and have been telling some of my colleagues like Elijah Juve, Jojo Okocha, or Samuel Eto'o, DJ Drogba, because we are all together. We are all in a legend group, and I keep telling them we have to motivate all these youth, and that's what we are doing. And we're sharing our experience with them. And for me, talking to them is the best we can do today, because seriously, giving them shoe or giving them money, how long are we going to be able to give them money for? But you can see today we have new ones coming up doing great job. Oshimen, Lukman, Mohamed Salah still up there doing his job. So it's good for the continent.
I know that all of your accomplishments mean so much to you, but nothing means more to you than being able to give back. And you talked a lot about your foundation. Can you share the joy that it's brought you to be able to provide for other people on the continent?
Couple of years back, for me, the most important thing is to score goals on the pitch. But I realized that today, helping one kid or helping one human being is way better than scoring a goal, because if scoring a goal is one goal, and maybe in 10 years, in 20 years, people will still talk about it. But helping one man or one woman without knowing, you are helping actually a generation of human being. So which means even in 100 years, people will still talk about it. And today, I have a chance to still be alive. I have people that come to me and say, I'm this person's son. I'm like, oh, I'm not that old. How come? How old are you? They will be like, I'm 16, 17. I'm like, okay, that was at the beginning of my career. And they will be like, oh, my father told me that he was in difficulty at this moment at the airport or whatsoever. You helped him. So I don't know if you can imagine. So that boy keep me in mind that one day if he meet me, he will tell me how much how I helped his father. So this kid will tell his son will tell his grandson, and so goes on. So for me, helping there is no limit. If I have to give everything that I own today, trust me, with pleasure I will do it.
I read that when you first wanted to play football, the coach told you that you were too skinny and that you went home and cried. Looking back at the remarkable career that you've had, if you could go back in time and give that Emmanuel advice, what would you say to him?
I would say to all kids, I will say to all African kids, especially African kids, because I'm there now, I'm talking to them straightly or directly, that keep believing in yourself no matter your body structure, no matter what you are going through, you can still make it happen. Obviously, when the coach told me that, I went home, I cried. The next day, because I was young, I didn't have any responsibility of paying rent. I don't have to pay electricity bill. So the next day I cried because I couldn't join the team. But the next day it was over. I was still on the street playing football. So you have to, if you say it's a dream for you, if you say you want to achieve something out of faith, you have to give it a proper goal. You have to give everything for it to be possible. You can't be doing in and out and be thinking you make a living out of it. You have to be focused and be there the whole time. Like me, I have to wake up early in the morning, around 4 or 5 in the morning, to go on the beach and run. And we all know security wise it's not safe, but I have to do it. But today it pays off. So I'm very happy about that.
You had a remarkable career for over 20 years. Any regrets?
Any regret? No, no, no regret at all. I'm happy about what I have done, what I have achieved. Coming from where I came from, the story I told you, if I can still came up here and say I have a regret, this means I'm a selfish guy. So I will not say I have any regret. The only thing that went south is with my family. That's the only thing that I can say. But football wise, zero regrets.
Do you feel fulfilled at this point in your life?
Oh yeah, because I think everything that a human being can do, I have done it. I have a human being. They say a man have to build a house. I have a house. A man have to have a kid. I have a kid. A man have to be able to help. I helped. A man have to be able to have a foundation. I have a foundation. So for me, I think everything is done, and whatever I'm doing now is just bonus, and I'm really enjoying it.